Thank you for choosing Wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. Could it be that the secret to unlocking prosperity has been lying right under your feet all along? Imagine this. Every day, you rush in and out of your home, barely noticing the humble entryway mat that greets you. It looks ordinary, perhaps dusty, maybe even old. Yet in the eyes of ancient Feng Shui masters and the wisdom of Buddhist mindfulness, that simple mat is not just a piece of fabric. It is the very first guardian of your home's fortune, the threshold where energy decides whether to flow in freely or get stuck outside. Think about it. We spend countless hours chasing wealth through business strategies, career moves, or investments. But how often do we pause to ask, what kind of message does my home send to abundance itself? In Feng Shui, the front entrance is the mouth of Qi, the place where opportunity, health, and good fortune walk in. And right there, beneath your very shoes, the entryway mat acts as the filter, the gatekeeper, the silent announcer to the universe. If neglected, it may unintentionally block blessings. If chosen and placed with intention, it becomes a magnet that pulls prosperity toward you, day after day. Buddhist teachings remind us, every step is a choice, every step is a vow. When you cross your doorway, you are not just entering a room, you are carrying your state of mind across the threshold. A clean, well-chosen entryway mat aligned with your intention can transform that moment into a ritual, a daily affirmation that you are ready to welcome wealth, harmony, and peace. Now here's the surprising part. You don't need superstition, you don't need expensive charms. A few mindful adjustments, color, material, direction, and one simple yet powerful 9-coin practice are enough to rewire the entire energy of your entryway. In fact, people who have tried this often describe a strange but unmistakable shift. Opportunities seem to arrive more smoothly, relationships feel lighter, and financial worries begin to loosen their grip. So stay with me until the very end of this video. I am going to reveal how to transform your entryway mat from an overlooked household item into a wealth-activating tool, supported by both Feng Shui wisdom and timeless Dharma insight. By the time we finish, you'll never look at your front door the same way again. Why the threshold matters. Every home has a front door, yet very few people stop to consider what it truly represents. In Feng Shui, the doorway is known as the mouth of Qi, the gateway where the energy of the universe meets the personal energy of the household. It is where blessings, opportunities, and even challenges cross the invisible border between the outside world and your private sanctuary. And at the heart of this threshold lies a surprisingly overlooked object, the entryway mat. From a spiritual perspective, the threshold is more than wood, brick, or tile. It is a symbolic line where your inner life meets the outer world. In Buddhist practice, every step across a threshold is an invitation to mindfulness. The Buddha often reminded his followers that awareness is not limited to meditation halls. It can be cultivated in the smallest, most ordinary gestures. To pause at your doorway, to breathe, and to step with intention is to declare silently, I enter with clarity, I leave with compassion. In this way, the entryway mat becomes a tool of practice, not just a household accessory. Modern psychology even supports this idea. Environmental cues, the colors, textures, and orderliness of our surroundings, prime the subconscious mind. A messy, worn-out mat might unconsciously signal neglect or stagnation. A clean, intentional mat whispers a different message: readiness, order, welcome. When the very first step you take into your home feels pleasant, supportive, and intentional, your nervous system registers safety and abundance. And a nervous system that feels safe is far more likely to notice opportunities and respond creatively, rather than staying locked in anxiety and scarcity. This is why the threshold matters so deeply. It is not superstition to care for the entry of your home. It is a way of aligning inner and outer realities. Each time you step on your entryway mat, you are performing a micro-ritual, either of neglect or of invitation. The question is, which message do you want to send to your home, to your mind, and to the flow of life itself? In the next section, we will explore a centuries-old practice involving 9 simple coins and a red envelope, an elegant way to turn your doormat into a symbol of continuity and prosperity. The 9-coin doorway activation. At first glance, placing a few coins under your entryway mat might seem like nothing more than a quirky superstition. But in reality, it is a symbolic act with centuries of meaning, a ritual designed to align your mind, your home, and the energy of prosperity. In Feng Shui, rituals like this were never about blind belief. They were about creating harmony between the visible and the invisible, the practical and the spiritual. The power of 9. Why 9 coins? In classical numerology, 9 is the highest single digit, representing completeness, longevity, and renewal. It is the number that closes a cycle, yet simultaneously points toward the next beginning. Ancient masters associated it with the 9 palaces of energy that govern different areas of life. In Buddhist traditions, 9 often appears in meditation sequences, symbolizing wholeness of practice. To use 9 coins at the threshold is to declare, "May abundance come full circle and continue without end." Why coins and a red envelope? The coins themselves carry the energy of the metal element. Metal symbolizes clarity, circulation, and the flow of resources. Traditional Chinese coins are round with a square hole, a design representing heaven and earth in harmony. But even modern coins can serve the purpose, because what matters is not the market value, but the symbolic reminder of flow. The red envelope holds equal importance. Red in the 5-element cycle belongs to fire, the activator that wakes up what is dormant. When fire meets metal, the energy is stirred into movement. Psychologically, the act of enclosing coins in a fresh red envelope functions as a reset. You are packaging your financial fears into a new story, one of brightness and vitality. The ritual in practice here is how it unfolds. Cleanse the coins using salt water or ginger wine to release old energies. Dry them under sunlight or fresh air, allowing natural yang energy to infuse them. Place them inside a plain red envelope. As you seal it, speak an affirmation slowly. Resources circulate to me with ease, and I use them wisely for the good of all. Lift your entryway mat and slide the envelope under the front right corner, as seen from inside looking out. This discreet placement ensures the ritual remains private yet powerful. Step across with your right foot first, breathing mindfully, visualizing yourself entering a space of prosperity, stability, and opportunity. More than superstition. From a Buddhist perspective, this ritual is not about forcing luck. It is about cultivating intention. Every time you cross your doorway, the memory of those 9 coins can remind you to enter with gratitude and readiness. Psychology confirms this. Rituals, even small ones, help anchor belief and prime the brain for new behavior. When performed with awareness, the 9-coin activation transforms an ordinary mat into a silent ally. It whispers each day, "You are stepping into abundance. You are prepared to welcome it." And yet, the ritual is only the beginning. To truly activate wealth at your threshold, your entryway mat must also align in color, material, pattern, and shape. That is where the next part of our journey begins. Choosing the wealth smart doormat. After activating the 9-coin ritual, your entryway mat has already begun to carry symbolic weight. But ritual alone is not enough. The mat itself must be chosen wisely. Its color, material, pattern, and shape all act as subtle messengers to both the universe and your subconscious mind. This is where the real transformation happens, when a simple household item becomes a living tool for harmony and prosperity. Color is frequency. Every direction of your front door corresponds to one of the 5 elements, and each element resonates with particular colors. This isn't just about Feng Shui formulas. It's about tuning your home to the right frequency, like finding the station where the music plays clearly. If your door faces north, it belongs to the water element. Dark blue and black strengthen water's flow, while white, belonging to metal, nourishes water and supports career growth and wisdom. If your door faces south, the fire element rules. Red, orange, and purple amplify passion, recognition, and vitality. They burn away stagnation and open the way for visibility and success. If your door faces east or southeast, the wood element dominates. Green supports growth and renewal, while light brown, belonging to earth, nurtures wood and brings stability to health and finances. From a psychological perspective, colors influence mood and perception. Red energizes, green calms, blue focuses, and white clarifies. By aligning color with direction, you are not only harmonizing with cosmic energy, you are also supporting your own mental state each time you cross the threshold. Material as energy conductor. Material is often overlooked, yet it determines how energy is absorbed, transmitted, or blocked. Natural fibers, coir, bamboo, cotton, or wool, are alive in the sense that they once grew, breathed, and carried the rhythm of nature. When you step on them, there is a subtle sense of softness, grounding, and welcome. These mats do not just clean your shoes, they clean your energy. Synthetic materials such as plastic, rubber, or glossy polyester may be convenient, but they lack life. They trap dirt, hold odors, and create a lifeless barrier at your threshold. In Feng Shui terms, they are considered dead energy. In Buddhist language, they remind us of attachment to what is artificial and impermanent. Just as we refresh our mind through meditation, we should also refresh our mats, choosing materials that breathe and replacing them when they wear out. Pattern as subconscious symbol. Every symbol carries vibration. The patterns on your entryway mat speak to the subconscious before your conscious mind even notices. Circles represent unity and the never-ending flow of life. Leaves symbolize growth, renewal, and upward momentum. Wave-like lines mirror movement, circulation, and balance. Together, these motifs invite harmony and prosperity in subtle but powerful ways. On the other hand, certain patterns disrupt energy. Mats with human faces, even cartoonish ones, create a sense of disrespect when stepped on daily. Aggressive imagery, chaotic designs, or sharp-edged patterns inject instability right at your door. It may not seem obvious, but over time, such symbols plant seeds of agitation in the subconscious. When your first step home is onto harmony, your body relaxes. When it is onto violence or chaos, your body tenses. One prepares you for abundance, the other for conflict. Shape as intention anchor. The shape of your doormat is more than geometry, it is an anchor for your intention. A rectangular mat represents grounding, stability, and steady growth. It suits those who want to build careers, save consistently, and create long-term foundations. A round mat, by contrast, embodies wholeness, openness, and connection. It is ideal for those seeking relationships, collaborations, or emotional harmony. Some households combine both, a rectangular mat for the foundation, layered with a smaller round mat to invite connection. This pairing creates a balance between firmness and flow, between structure and openness. Psychology tells us that shapes affect perception. Rectangles calm the mind with order, while circles soften it with inclusivity. When placed consciously, they send a clear message about the kind of life you wish to cultivate. A threshold that speaks. When you put these four pillars together, color, material, pattern, and shape, you create more than a mat. You create a symbol at the threshold that speaks to your guests, your family, and your own subconscious every single day. It whispers, here is a space that is cared for, aligned, and welcoming. This is why the doormat, often ignored, is in fact one of the most powerful tools in Feng Shui. It is not just where you wipe your shoes. It is where your journey into your home begins. With every step, you either reinforce stagnation or invite abundance. And when you choose the mat intentionally, you align your home's entrance with prosperity itself. In the next section, we will move beyond the mat itself and look at the supporting factors, light, cleanliness, plants, sound, and scent, that together create a truly magnetic entryway for wealth and well-being. The 5 Gatekeepers of Fortune. Once your entryway mat is aligned and activated, the story of your doorway does not end there. A mat is only the first guardian of energy. To truly secure prosperity, your front door needs a team of invisible protectors, what we can call the 5 Gatekeepers of Fortune. Each gatekeeper ensures that the energy flowing into your home is clean, balanced, and supportive. Together, they transform the simple act of crossing your threshold into a daily welcome ceremony for abundance. Gatekeeper 1, Cleanliness, Daily Ritual of Care. The very first guardian is cleanliness. A cluttered or dusty doorway is like a closed throat, energy cannot breathe. Shoes scattered, trash piling up, or dry leaves stuck in the corner all silently announce neglect. From a Feng Shui perspective, this blocks qi before it can enter. Psychology agrees. Studies show that messy environments increase stress hormones and reduce focus. In contrast, a tidy space signals safety and control. Buddhism takes this even deeper. Sweeping and wiping are not just chores, they are acts of mindfulness. Every stroke of the broom polishes the mind as much as the floor. Imagine spending just 5 minutes each morning to clear your entryway. Families who adopt this habit often notice not only a cleaner doorway but also a lighter atmosphere in their conversations. Cleanliness is prosperity's first invitation. Gatekeeper 2, Lighting, the beacon of abundance. The second guardian is light. Darkness near the door confuses energy, making it hard for good fortune to find its way in. A flickering bulb or a dim hallway reflects instability. Feng Shui advises steady, warm light, preferably soft yellow or warm white, because it radiates a sense of welcome. On a psychological level, light affects mood more directly than many realize. Bright, steady illumination encourages optimism and a readiness to act. Spiritually, light is the symbol of wisdom. Just as the Buddhist teachings are described as the lamp that dispels ignorance, a well-lit entrance tells the universe, this household is awake, open, and prepared for blessings. Something as simple as replacing an old bulb with a steady, warm light can shift the feel of your entire entryway. Gatekeeper 3, Living Green, Plants at the Door. The third guardian is life itself, embodied in plants. A small pot of green by your door is more than decoration. In Feng Shui, plants like the ZZ plant or the money tree symbolize growth, resilience, and financial well-being. Their upward leaves remind us of steady progress. From a psychological perspective, caring for a plant strengthens patience and responsibility. Each act of watering is a reminder that prosperity also requires steady attention. A healthy, thriving plant at the threshold signals vitality. But beware, a wilted, Yellowing plant sends the opposite message. In Buddhism, life is precious. Nurturing a plant is a form of cultivating compassion. One neighbor once told me that ever since she placed a simple green pot by her door, visitors commented that her home felt warmer. Prosperity often arrives disguised as small gestures of care. Gatekeeper 4, sound, the copper chime. The fourth guardian is sound, carried by a copper wind chime. In Feng Shui, wind chimes guide stagnant qi, transforming disorder into rhythm. Copper, belonging to the metal element, is especially potent for activating wealth. Every gentle ring is a reminder that energy is moving, alive, and clear. Psychologists note that repetitive, soft sounds lower anxiety and anchor attention, much like a heartbeat. In Buddhist practice, the sound of a bell or gong awakens mindfulness. When you hear a chime at your door, it functions in the same way, it calls you back to presence. Positioned at the side of the entrance, the copper chime doesn't overwhelm. Instead, it whispers, "This home flows with harmony." Gatekeeper 5, scent, weekly reset with essential oils. The fifth guardian is scent. Just as we remember people by fragrance, a home's energy is also carried in its smell. Spraying your entryway mat with essential oils every Monday morning is a simple ritual with surprising power. Feng Shui recommends scents like cinnamon, sweet orange, or grapefruit. Cinnamon warms and protects, orange uplifts and energizes, grapefruit purifies and lightens. Modern science shows that scent travels directly to the limbic system, the part of the brain that governs emotion and memory. A clean, bright aroma primes your week with optimism. In Buddhist symbolism, incense and fragrance are among the 6 offerings made to honor the sacred. They represent a purified mind. One young professional told me she began misting her mat each Monday before work. She said it turned the dreaded Monday blues into a small moment of renewal. Prosperity often enters through such resets. A threshold worthy of fortune. When all 5 gatekeepers stand together, cleanliness, light, plants, sound, and scent, your doorway becomes more than a passage. It becomes a living altar of prosperity. Energy enters smoothly, lingers gladly, and circulates with balance. Guests feel welcomed, you feel calmer, and wealth finds a space that is both ready and worthy. The 7-day threshold reset. Sometimes the best way to invite new energy is not through complicated rituals but through a simple reset. Think of it as giving your doorway a 7-day retreat, a chance to breathe, recharge, and align itself with prosperity. Just as the mind benefits from meditation retreats, the threshold of your home benefits from intentional, step-by-step renewal. Day 1, empty and clean. Begin by clearing the space around your entryway mat. Sweep away leaves, dust, or clutter. Wipe down the door and its frame. This is more than housekeeping. It is symbolic of sweeping away old stagnation so that a fresh cycle can begin. Day 2, light audit. Stand at your doorway at night. Is the bulb dim, flickering, or casting a harsh shadow? Replace it with a steady, warm light. This is the beacon that guides fortune in. From a Buddhist perspective, you are also affirming wisdom as the light that dispels confusion. Day 3, mat upgrade. Examine your entryway mat. Is it worn out, synthetic, or uninspiring? Replace it with one that resonates with your intention, natural fibers, aligned color, and meaningful pattern. This small change alters the entire conversation between your home and the universe. Day 4, 9-coin ritual. Now perform the activation you learned earlier. Cleanse 9 coins, place them in a red envelope, affirm your vow, and tuck them beneath the mat. With this act, you install continuity, stability, and circulation at the very gateway of your life. Day 5, plant and pot. Add a living plant near your door. Choose one that thrives in your climate, perhaps a money tree or ZZ plant. Care for it daily. As you water it, visualize watering your own opportunities and relationships. This is the threshold's reminder of growth. Day 6, Sound and Scent. Hang a small copper chime to the side of the door and prepare your essential oil spray. On this day, let sound and fragrance refresh the space. The gentle ring and uplifting aroma become signals to your subconscious. This is a space of harmony and vitality. Day 7, Gate Vow. Stand at your doorway. Take a deep breath. Speak a simple vow such as, may those who enter here be safe, may prosperity flow freely, and may this home radiate peace. This final step is the crown of the reset, a mindful declaration that sets the tone for the days ahead. By the end of 7 days, your threshold is no longer an afterthought. It is a living gateway, reset to welcome fortune with clarity, gratitude, and presence. Buddhist lesson and conclusion. When we speak of prosperity, it is easy to think only of money. Yet in the Dharma, true wealth is measured by freedom from fear, clarity of mind, and the capacity to share what we have. A home filled with abundance but lacking peace is still poor. This is why every practice we've explored with the entryway mat, the 9 coins, and the 5 gatekeepers must be rooted in a deeper principle. Wealth is not possession, but flow. In Buddhist teaching, everything is impermanent. Clinging tightly to money creates suffering because it resists the natural rhythm of giving and receiving. The threshold rituals remind us of this truth. Each time you step across your doorway, you rehearse the balance between holding and releasing. The mat under your feet is not a charm that guarantees riches. It is a mirror that reflects your readiness to welcome and circulate blessings. Think of the 9 coins sealed in red. They are not meant to sit as buried treasure. They symbolize continuity, the cycle of resources moving through you and back into the world. The clean mat, the living plant, the chime, and the scent, each one is a cue to practice gratitude, awareness, and generosity. These are the true foundations of prosperity. Psychology echoes this wisdom. When your environment is orderly, bright, and intentional, your nervous system calms. You think more clearly, act with more confidence, and notice opportunities instead of anxieties. In this way, the spiritual and the practical are never separate. They are 2 wings of the same bird carrying you toward abundance. As we close, ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to invite into my home and my life? If the answer is peace, prosperity, and growth, then begin at the threshold. Care for your entryway mat, honor the rituals, and treat each step as an act of mindfulness. Over time, these small actions compound into a powerful transformation. Before you leave this video, write an affirmation in the comments. I open my door to abundance and peace. Let it be your declaration, your first step into a cycle of prosperity that is both material and spiritual. And remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you can continue this journey with us here on Wisdom of the Dharma. May your home be bright, your heart light, and your path filled with blessings.